And so we're on to Mr. Sikand.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to follow up on Mr. Oban's question, Mr. Sobkovich, you mentioned soy in your opening remarks, and I'd like to understand the rationale behind excluding it. So if you could maybe describe the product, volumes, give us a better understanding.
Just bear with me for a second. I have some statistics on soy. Okay, so in our technical in our package of technical amendments, we say that soybeans represent 3.14 million acres in Western Canada, and production is growing in leaps and bounds year over year. In 2016, acreage was 1.88 million. In 2015, it was 1.66 million. Other commodities like flax, canary seed, and buckwheat represent smaller acreage, but are included in Schedule 2. And soybeans and soy products should be included as well. So soybeans started in Ontario. They were a crop there, a growing crop there, and they've since migrated into Manitoba. They've surpassed the volume on other crops. When you have a certain amount of arable land in Canada and you're growing more soybeans, it means you're growing less of something else that's covered under the MRE. So when you have expanded soybean acres, you have reduced acreage of other crops, and therefore the MRE is becoming less effective for farmers because they're growing the soybeans instead of these other products. There are many uses for soybeans. They're looking at it for crushing, for turning into oil here in Canada, looking at doing the same for abroad. It's got a lot. It's probably the fastest growing crop right now in Canada and the one that holds the most potential for us. And we definitely see a need to have this added to Schedule 2 or have some sort of a process by which it can be added by regulation.
And I'm actually going to share my time, and forgive my ignorance, but is soy a pulse? Is it a grain? What's the classification for that?
It's a good question. Some people consider it a pulse. We consider it an oilseed.
Okay. Madam Chair, I'd like to give the remainder of my time to